I know how to handle myself. I know how to communicate with my teammates. I know how to communicate with the coaches. If someone wants to call me a name, I'll have a conversation with that guy, and hopefully it won't lead to nothing else.
That was trailblazing college football star Michael Sam at the NFL Combine this weekend, where teams check out the top draft prospects. And we'll get into a big controversy brewing in Arizona over gay rights and the Super Bowl in a moment. But first, the Roundtable is here. Bill Kristol is back, along with Democratic strategist Donna Brazile and ABC's Matthew Dowd. I want to start with the minimum wage, a big story this week. Conflicting headlines that came out of the report about minimum wage from the Congressional Budget Office. They analyzed the Democratic proposal to raise the federal minimum wage by $10.10 to $10.10, and they found doing so could cost as many as 500,000 jobs, but it would also pull 900,000 out of poverty and raise wages for at least 16.5 million people. So Bill Kristol, Republicans and Democrats both saw something here to make their arguments on minimum wage. What did you see?
I think both are probably right. If you increase a lot of people's wages, they will have more money, but some people won't be affordable to employers, and so it's a trade-off. I think there are better ways to help people who are working, who are at the bottom of the ladder, so to speak, in salaries, than to raise the minimum wage and impose that on precisely the employers who are hiring those people. You can expand the earned income tax credit, so everyone subsidizes those who are working at the bottom levels. You can reduce the payroll tax, which takes a big hit out of people who are working at the bottom levels. I don't think the minimum wage is the right way to do it, but I do think it is reasonable, and conservatives have to be serious about this, to think about how to make work pay.
Matt Dowd, what matters more here? Potential job losses or wage increases and pulling people out of poverty?
Well, we've now gone whatever the amount of time is, 25 years, where the level of poverty in this country is at a level of which nobody is satisfied with. And I always, when we talk about the minimum wage, one of the things that I focus on is we've had a change of productivity in this country, where the productivity in this country has been dramatically increased. So workers are producing more, but they're not getting paid more. Minimum wage people that produce more aren't getting paid more. So all of the benefits that have flowed from productivity have gone either to CEO pay or to Wall Street. If you gave workers the same equivalent of productivity levels, they would make $18 an hour. That's what the minimum wage would be. And I think in the end, I think that there's plenty of, if you look at the want ads, you look at the computers, look at all the things, there's plenty of ask for minimum wage jobs, even if at $10 an hour. In the end, we have to do something where people are making a living wage where they can afford daycare, afford school, and afford all those things, and we're not at that level.
And Matt is really talking about what I know you think as well. This really does impact Americans every single day, this minimum wage issue.
You're talking about people who work in nursing homes, retail shops, fast food places. Raising a minimum wage would raise their standard of living. This debate is really about whether or not we want poverty wages in our society or a living wage so that the American people can afford to go grocery shopping. I was amazed that the wage for tip workers is $2.13. Now, when I was a waitress, it was $2.13. 2 decades ago. It has not moved. And so this argument somehow that this will somehow or another put people in the unemployment line, I think it's a bogus argument. It will raise the level of living for every American.
But does it go anywhere?
You know what? You know what's going to happen is that the governors are going to do it. Governor Inslee is looking at raising the minimum wage. Here in the District of Columbia, the mayor and the city council, Montgomery County, right outside here, they raised it. And you know what? We're not experiencing job losses.
Martha,
here.
let me just say something, because it's a continuation of the conversation that you just had about WhatsApp. WhatsApp, 55 employees, as you said, it gets valued and gets bought for $19 billion. There's companies in this country that have thousands and thousands and thousands of employees that are trying to pay people a decent wage that get valued way less. Something is off in our country, and something is off where we evaluate companies like this, not companies that hire lots of people at lower levels, but we value companies like this. I think at some point we have to look at how we value companies, because it's totally distinct from how people are living in this country.
But raising the minimum wage burdens precisely the restaurants, the grocery stores, the people who do have very thin profit margins. If you want to help the working poor, I'm fine with that. Let's tax Mark Zuckerberg. Let's tax Facebook and WhatsApp. But the minimum wage is an inefficient way, an ineffective way to help the working poor.
Let's move. I want to move
about
to
the Walmart
very
worker?
quickly. Yes.
If you raise the workers' pay at Walmart, it will cost 1 penny to buy a DVD. 1 penny. You're not talking about a lot of money, but it will help those ordinary people pay their bills.
I want to quickly move to Social Security, the budget. A big political headline this week. President Obama apparently will not include proposed trims to Social Security in his budget proposal next week. He'll push for increased investments in education, job training. Sounds to me like any hope of a grand bargain is dead.
But, you know, I differ with a lot of my Republican friends. I don't even like the kind of trim that was being talked about in Social Security because it affects everyone the same. If you want to save money from Social Security, means test it. This is not hard. Mark Zuckerberg or Mark Zuckerberg's parents or Ross Perot, whatever, do not need a same rise in Social Security benefits that people at the bottom end do. But no one's willing to take that
I want to
on.
go around very quickly. Our last thing, the Arizona law. The controversial law passed by the Arizona legislature that would allow businesses to deny service because of religious beliefs. People think it is targeting gays. And there's one little twist here. The Super Bowl is scheduled to be played there next year. If Governor Brewer signs this into law, should the NFL take action? Matt Dowd, very quickly.
Well, first, I think in the end, Governor Brewer is probably going to veto this because it seems like a easy veto for her to do because everything that's going on in the business economy there. This is one of those problems when people use religion as a way to sort of enforce discriminatory practices. People used religion back in the 1860s when they defended slavery. They used religion to defend slavery. We've used religion to go to war. People have criticized Islam because they use religion to fight people and kill people. This is a problem with that. In the end, I think she vetoes it because there's no way this can survive.
Okay. Hallelujah. I hope you're right.
Now, she knows how to talk quickly. She knows how to do it.